All right, so let's do the last step, which is that when I log in, I want to display a sign that there's a loading happening. So I can do it in multiple ways. There is the most the best way to do it is actually using crossfade. So crossfade allows you to have two widgets and switch between them. So let's see this in action very quick. If I have an image, and let's say I have here like a circle loading indicator, if I change the state from show first to show second, you can see now the widget flips, and there's a nice animation between both of them. But this will take some setup, so I'm actually gonna do it in another way, which is simply that if the text here is actually loading, I can do it in a better way. So I have a group here, which is a row, okay? And here I can add another item, and this item, which is a widget, can be circular loading indicator. I want this to be actually first, let's say. And the thing is that when I open the widget, I can add something called a wrapper called visibility. So this will control if this will be visible or not. So if I turn it off, it will not be visible. If I turn it on, it will be visible. So this visibility, I want it to be connected to the state, that if the user now is logging in. So to do this, I can simply create a variable. And again, to wrap up, what is the difference between a variable and a parameter? A parameter is something you're passing from outside the screen to the screen, and you cannot change it because it's something you get from the outside. A variable is something that it starts with an initial value within the screen, and it changes during the runtime. And it usually presents the state of the screen. So here, because the visibility, I'm not going to take it from outside, I will start by keeping it false, so I don't want the loading to be shown in the beginning. And then when the user logs in, I want to show it until the user actually, until the login is successful. So I have the variable now, the boolean, and now it's true by default, but I want it to be false by default. So I cannot see it before I log in. And when I log in inside, which is, let's go back to the function, and okay, when I sign in with email and password, all right, the moment I call the function here, I want to set the value of the loading to be true. Actually, did I change the name? I don't think so. So let's call as logging in. And let's go back again to the function. No, where is it? I think this one. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna just go open it again from the on tab. Okay, so here I want to set the login. Actually, actually I want to set it before we even sign in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the local, get the is login in, and actually set it. So get if you want to use the object or the variable, and get if you want to change it. So now when the user click on the button, before anything happen, I want to change the login to be true, and by doing that, it will immediately show the login before we even get to the function of the sign-in. But also, if you do this alone, the screen will not know by itself that the variable has changed. So you need to notify the screen that something has changed, so update yourself. In Flutter, this is called set state. In Nowa, this is called refresh. So if I click this one here and I add it here, and now what's going to happen is when the user logged in, it will refresh and the login will happen. Now on value inside here, it's actually a good practice to, okay, because here it will just go to the other screen, but and it will push replacement, so it's going to remove the full login page, so you don't need to worry about it. But if we show in the if the user was not verified, we're going to stay in the same screen, and we need to remove the loading. So we can do it after else, but we can also do it here after if. So whatever happened, like if the user was verified or not. Anyway, the loading is done, so I want to set the loading to be false again. So here I want to get again the is logging in and actually set it to be false. So the login is now done, the loading process is done, and again I need to refresh the screen. Okay, so let's actually just zoom out this a little bit. So what's going to happen is it will execute then or else according to the condition, but anyway after they get executed it will execute setting the is logging in to be false, and it will update the screen. So let's try that in action and see if it's actually works. So let's run again. I think the emulator shut it down, so we're gonna run again and we're gonna see how it will look like. Okay, actually we forgot something important, that when the login is successful we're gonna show, or we're gonna remove the loading indicator, but we should also do that when error happens. So let's go back again to the function, and here inside on value, now we first we're setting the is loading to be true and we're refreshing the screen, but also after on error is called immediately we should also set is loading to be false. So here I can bring from the locals is logging in and set it to be false and refresh the screen so we can see that. Now let's save the change. Let's do hot restart, and then now we can see the splash screen is running, and then let's put the wrong credential. So Nowa test app at gmail.com, and let's put a password from 1 to 6, which is not the correct one. If I click on login, I will see an error message, and then the error went away. I mean the loading indicator went away. Good. Now let's do it, or let's do a successful login. So I'm gonna add 78 and write the right password, and if I click on login I can see the loading indicator, and then I can see the home page. So that's it. We are now completely set with the sign in, sign up. Now the next part, we're gonna show you how to use sign in with Google, which is also very, very easy. And the last part, we're gonna show you how to use Firestore. So how we can set this to-do app, and how you can add tasks, how you can run queries, and build a full to-do app that depends on the user. So like every task here will actually depend on the user who signed in. So if you sign in with another account, you will see another tasks. Great. So see you in the next video. I hope you liked it. Please, if you liked it, press the like button, please, and write in the comments what do you think. Also, we would like to see you in our community, community.nowa.dev. If you have any question, if you have any problem, if you need any help, please post there and we will be there for you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in another tutorial.